on the buying property piece, when's the right time to get into the market? Because it always seems to be 10 years ago. But when's the right time? Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, it is like that. And I was going to say it depends again. Depends on cash flow. Depends on your situation and what you're comfortable with. Best answer is always going to be 10 years ago, but suppose like we've seen in Perth, did nothing for 10 to 12 years, then it's gone ballistic. It's gone crazy. So yeah, if you'd bought 12 years ago and you might have held it for 7 or 8 years, you've probably made nothing. You might have got some tax deductions along the way, or you might have got a few headaches along the way, but your money's probably done nothing. If you bought 3 years ago, just before it went ballistic, you'd be sitting pretty. You would have made a stack of equity. It's a tough decision, but it's got to have enough cash flow, and you've got to have enough that risk management.
I've seen this term being spruiked on the internet a lot recently by some of these influencers in the property sector, and they talk about rent vesting. What's rent vesting, and should I be renting instead of owning, and live in Dalkeith in somewhere I rent and buy something out in Whoop Whoop which I own?
It's a really good one, that, and it's if you're comfortable with it, it is a really good way to go.
Right.
But yeah, I suppose you are doing that. You are going to have to be still going through your landlord inspections. And yeah, I suppose in a family situation, that might not be right. If you're a FIFO worker, you're hardly ever here, and you really just need a room for the 1 week a month that you're down.
Yep.
That's a great plan.
Yep.
And one of my clients is doing similar.
Right. Just rents a room and then...
Just rents a room. He's just bought his second house.
He's just cleaning up.
Yep. Rents them out, making good money on them. Properties have gone up in value. But yeah, it's just all cash flow. Yep. He's got good cash flow coming through from his income.
His expenses are low because he gets all this food up on site. Yeah. Happy days. Airbnb arbitrage. So I've seen, again, a lot of these real estate influencers that are saying, go rent an apartment in the new Civic Heart building off a landlord, pay $1,000 a week for it, and then arbitrage it and, make it into a hotel and have a few of those, and she'll be right, you'll be sweet. Have you got any clients that you've heard that are doing that, and what do you think of the strategy in terms of cash flow generation and wealth generation?
I haven't heard of that one. That's a new one to me. So thank you for sharing that. Do have some clients that have multiple investment properties, and they do short-term accommodation. So they're renting out by the room, which the yields are fantastic.
They're doing HMO, are they? House of multiple occupancy, or they're just Airbnb-ing them?
Must be the HMO option.
HMO property. Yeah.
So it might be 4 or 5 bedrooms in there. There might be 3 or 4 bathrooms. Yeah. And they're just renting a room out. Right. I think they're longer term type tenants in there. But yeah, it's a great yield. Yeah. It's a great yield. I suppose if you get enough of them, if you've got good tenants, looks like a good strategy. Yeah, I've seen
quite a few of those house of multiple occupancy HMO properties tend to be close to universities. There's a fair few near UWA, because I thought, you beauty, there's an apartment here for rent. And it was looked incredibly attractive. It was only sort of 700 only. I say that, and it's just mad when you think about it, but only 700 a week, and I thought it was for the whole property. Turns out it was only for the master bedroom. So seems to be the new way to carve up property these days, and it won't be long before somebody rents out their cupboard. Just to get people in.
So if that's $700 for a room, so if you've got a 3-bedroom house, you're making $2,100.
Yeah, absolutely cleaning up a week.
Yeah, it's $100,000 a year in income.
Yeah, mad.
If you've
you've got to go through the hassle, right? And then you've got multiple tenants, and I guess I don't know how that works from a tenancy agreement point of view, because you've got a tenancy agreement per room, I would have thought. And that's how you're breaking it up, and one bad egg could spoil it for the rest of the property. But it does seem to be a model that is quite attractive, and is sort of making property positively geared rather than negatively geared.